Hello, my love. Welcome to the Kat Cantrill Show. I am your host, Kat Cantrill, the love coach. I show women how to attract the love of their life. I teach high achieving single women how to tear down the walls and create the love they deserve. Since 2013, I've led thousands of women to true love. I help women who make an impact in their own lives. The Kat Cantrill Show features topics that affect single high-achieving women the most. So let's begin. Hello, 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 my love. You beautiful soul. It's Kat. Welcome to the show. Welcome to episode 14. I get to talk about one of my most favorite topics today. And I would say that this is something that you need to do before you go on your next date. I am really excited to talk about this topic. It's one of the topics that's near and dear to my heart. It's something that I have done in my own life, and it's something that I really encourage my clients to do. But before I go into that, I have two things I want to say. First, thank you to the beautiful women who have reached out to me, excited about this new journey. As you know, I've made this shift. This show is geared towards my single high achieving women who are looking for true love. And I know that you are, and you are ready. You have been waiting for something like this. And I think even more and more now, hopefully, now that things will start to calm down, and I'm crossing my fingers, that you are realizing that you are deserving of love and you are ready to have it in your life. And so I am honored that you are allowing me into your ears and into your hearts as your guide and love coach. So I just wanted to give you all a huge thank you. You know who you are. And second, if you're listening to the show and you have yet to subscribe to the email list, head on over to katcantrill.com, and it's Cat with a C, so CATCANTRILL, 2Ls.com. Right there on the main page, you just go ahead and enter in your email, and here's why. You'll be the first to know of what's going on, because there is some big stuff that's headed your way. And I want to make sure that you are the first to know. So head on over there, katcantrill.com, and just make sure and subscribe to the email list. So, okay. I'm rubbing my hands together. I'm really excited to talk about this topic. This one thing you need to do before you go on your next date is really important for multiple reasons. And the reason why I decided to make it as a topic for an episode is because I hear a lot of objections. And I want to make sure and let you know and handle those objections, and to give you hope to see what's on the other side when you do decide to do this one thing in your life. This is something that I started to do in my own life. And it is something that I encourage and sometimes create for the clients that are currently working with me. And I wanted to share this with you because I do believe it's extremely powerful. It sends a message to yourself, and it can be liberating, more than you could ever imagine. So I remember when I was done, after I was done chronic dating, like I'm done, I took a step back. I realized that one of the things that was making me keep dating was the fear of being alone. And I've heard women say this multiple times. In fact, I've even heard women tell me, well, at least I'm not alone. I'm in this relationship, but at least I'm not alone. There is such a huge fear of women being alone. And I think that that's a completely different topic that we can handle another time. And I had that. I had this fear of being alone. But one of the things that I realized was, if I can't be with myself, how can I expect anyone else to be with me? I want to be able to enjoy my own company. Truly enjoy my own company. And when you are enjoying your own company, it doesn't matter what other people are saying or thinking. And the ultimate way of enjoying your own company is taking yourself out on a date. You heard me right. Taking yourself out on a special date. One of the reasons I started doing this was because when I was able to sit down with myself and be like, okay, I put so much emphasis and pressure on these dates that I was going on. I was denying myself experiences because of the fear of being alone or doing it by myself. And I selfishly wanted them to create the experience, and I just let them do it because I was like, oh, I'm too busy, and I just didn't care. So when I stopped dating, I missed those experiences, right? So then you start thinking, okay, so I want to be able to enjoy my own company first. Second, I want to be able to have experiences. So I want to enjoy my own company, and I want to be able to have my own experiences. So I started off with a baby step. And this was a huge step. And some of you have actually told me this, have reached out to me and said, hey, I've done this before. Because I have mentioned the concept of dating yourself. But I think when we say dating yourself, it's like romance, like dating yourself, right? So, but I'm talking about actually creating an experience, like creating a date, like really dating, creating that date for yourself. And I wanted to prove to myself that this was something, and I'm a very driven woman and I'm very stubborn. I'm very stubborn. If I decide that I'm going to do something, you betcha, I'm going to do it. So I was like, okay, women, people say all the time, oh, you can't do that by yourself. You can't do that by yourself. And I'm always like, oh yeah, you're going to watch me. You're going to watch me. I'm going to do this by myself. And it just takes one step. My first step, when I decided that I was going to start creating experiences and start dating myself, literally dating myself, taking myself out, is I took myself out to breakfast. 11 o'clock in the morning, it was like a brunch, because to me, for a woman who's never been out by herself, I think that breakfast is a good starting point. It's a good baby step, right? So you take yourself out to breakfast. And I remember I grabbed a newspaper and I decided to take myself out for breakfast. And here's the thing too, ladies. Oh, my stomach is growling. I don't know if you can hear that. Here's the thing, as I'm talking about food. When we take ourselves out, and we are with ourselves, and we're showing ourselves that we're good company. We're showing ourselves that we are comfortable in our own skin. We're actually building our confidence too. When we take ourselves out, we're also building our confidence because we're doing something uncomfortable and we're stepping outside of the box and blah, 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 blah. But we can eat whatever we want. And what I mean by that is I always eat whatever I want. But I'm speaking to my sisters who are so like, you won't be authentically yourself on a date because you're always afraid of what the other person's thinking. And so you're afraid to order whatever it is that you really want to order on the menu. So then instead you order something that you really didn't want, but then you'll end up eating off of their plate anyway. Do you hear me? You know who I'm talking to. If you're listening to this and you're like, oh yeah, maybe that's me. And that's been me before. It's like, oh, I really want to order this off the menu, but I'm going to eat this. When you take yourself out to eat, you can eat whatever you want. Now, the more we make this more of like a common thing, the more people aren't going to second guess it, right? And going out to breakfast by yourself is, when you do it for the first time, it is not the normal thing. So you'll have people that are like, oh, are you expecting somebody? And you have to say no. And you have to like consistently push to people that you are there on your own. You're not there to please anybody. You're not there to impress anybody. You're not there to hopefully put on your put on some kind of mask for somebody else, pretend that you're somebody that you're not. You're there because you are authentically 100% yourself. You are telling yourself that you are worthy of your own time. You are telling yourself that you are worthy to take out, right? And you are telling yourself that you deserve to have experiences for you. When we start to romance ourselves in this way, we start to teach ourselves how we want to be treated. If we're constantly putting the pressure and emphasis of experiences in life on the future, on someone else's shoulder, we are denying ourselves of being in the present moment and seizing the day. When we take ourselves out on dates, we are teaching ourselves the importance of our own time. And with me, it started off with that breakfast date. And I was like, this is not so bad. I actually quite enjoy this. The people watching, the conversations I get to have with myself, just being in that moment and being present in my own skin and showing the world that I am this strong, independent woman that, yes, she takes herself out. And yes, she is worthy. So the breakfast turned into dinners, taking myself out to a very nice dinner. Is there a restaurant that's in your town that you've been eyeing that you're like, oh, that would be the perfect date? That would be the perfect date. That would be the perfect date. Stop. You deserve to take yourself out to that restaurant. You deserve to get yourself all dressed up for the most important woman in the room, which is you. And if you're not going to take the time and the energy to dress up for yourself and to take yourself on a date, how can you expect anybody else to do that for you? When we are creating, the more we keep creating these experiences for ourselves, the more that we're pushing it out to the universe, that this is how we want to be treated. And this is how we deserve to be treated. And these are the types of things that you want in your life. Your perspective on love and your perspective on how you see yourself really starts to shift. I talked about this experience. I believe it was episode 12. It was in my on-air coaching with Carissa. I spoke about this, but I want to tell you a little bit more about the story. So I have a client of mine that it was Valentine's Day and she's single. And I told her that to stop waiting, that it was time to take herself out for Valentine's Day. So what I did for her is she never had her hair and makeup done. So I arranged to have a salon to come over to her house. She got her hair and makeup done for the first time. It was such an incredible experience. And then I found a photographer for her to get her own fashion shoot done by herself on Valentine's Day. She created this incredible experience for herself on the day of love, my love. On the day of love, she realized that she did not have to wait for someone to tell her that she's loved, that she didn't have to wait for someone to tell her that she's worthy and she's worth celebrating. She didn't have to wait for a certain event in time to get her hair and makeup done. If you want to do it, you need to do it for yourself now. Dating yourself is the most important step that you can do before you go on your next date. If you cannot sit with yourself, you can't imagine going somewhere and sitting with yourself, then that is something that you probably need to journal about and reflect about just a little bit more. We should not be dating because we have a fear of being alone. That should not be a thing. If you have such a huge fear of being alone, you have no business dating. It's not until we truly are comfortable in our own skin to the point where we create experiences and dates for ourselves that we allow what true love is into our lives, that we allow the opportunity for true love to come in because we know what it looks like, because we give it to ourselves. Right? It's important for us to send us the message of how we want to be treated. It's important for us to not deny ourselves incredible opportunities and experiences in life. It is up to ourselves to give those gifts to us. Now, my breakfast turned into a dinner, which turned into a weekend getaway. Have you ever done that? Just completely taking yourself out on the weekend and be able to experience life. And I know my episode with Leanne, who talked about how she traveled the world by herself and how one of the most favorite things that she did, one of the reasons why she loves traveling so much is because she gets to meet so many people, because you are authentically yourself. There's nobody to impress. You get to be 100% you. And you get to meet amazing people when you do decide to give yourself these incredible experiences. I'm not asking you to take yourself on a weekend. All I'm asking you is to consider taking yourself out to breakfast. Just one baby step. I promise you that when you are done taking yourself out on a date, you're going to wonder, what took me so long to do this? What in the heck was I afraid of? Judgment from complete strangers in a room? Who cares? Most likely, you're going to end up being an inspiration for the other single women that are in your life. And the more you create these experiences for yourself, the more you're going to understand what you are deserving of. Believe me. It works. So baby steps. So here's your homework. Go take yourself out to breakfast or dinner if you're ready to take that step. Go and take yourself out on a date. And then I want you to tag me on Instagram at Cantrill. I want you to show me your dates, ladies. I want to see your dates. All right. So the next thing I want to tell you is that I am putting together a free virtual workshop for you, for the women, the single women in my life who are looking to attract love into their lives. It's going to be an incredible program and it's absolutely free. I'm currently still in the process of writing it up for you. Dates have yet to be announced, but there is a wait list. So I want to make sure that you join the wait list. So make sure and go over to catcantrill.com/workshop to make sure to get on the wait list today. And you'll be the first to know when the doors open to my virtual workshop. And I'm really excited about it. So I hope you'll join me, catcantrill.com/workshop and join the wait list. All right, my love. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being a part of today's episode. And was this one that really spoke to you? Because it would mean a lot to me if you would leave us an honest review and rating on iTunes. And if you're watching on YouTube, I would love it if you would like and comment and subscribe to our channel. And if you haven't yet, please make sure and head over to Instagram and Facebook. Come find me over there at Kat Cantrill. And remember, my love, true love is waiting for you. And I will see you all next time.